What makes someone instantly unattractive in your eyes? Lack of personal hygiene. Long time ago, I met this girl at a bar. She was super cute. She was super hot. We had great chemistry. Bar got more crowded. Bar got more louder. Couldn't hear her as well, so we had to talk closer. She leaned in to talk closer and I smelled something awful. Awful. I tried to ignore it on account of she was super cute and she was super hot. The stench was still super strong. I pushed through because I am a man. I brought her back home. We kissed. I took off my clothes. She took off her clothes. Her vag reeked. I tried to push through because I am a man. I could not. She reeked. I had to stop fooling around. I told her I had a tummy ache and I couldn't go on. She left my apartment. My sheets reeked. How did she put so much effort into her physical appearance while also ignoring the fact that she stank to high heaven? Lord, I think I burned a few nose hairs just imagining that uniquely acrid funk. Too much posting on social and fishing for likes, compliments. Except for the shit posters, they're automatic 10s. Littering in. Having a "you're either with me or against me" attitude. I've never met someone that conducts themselves like that who also aren't toxic in many other ways. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must. Talking badly about their friends behind their backs. Agreed. Gossiping in general gets annoying really quickly for me. Bad attitude. This one guy always stick in my head for this. I met him in a store while I was just browsing, and he came up and commented about something I was looking at, noting that he also liked it, so then we started chatting. I was totally open to it until he asked what my main interests were, what shows, movies I liked, and everything I said, he'd respond with, "How that's asterisk, 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 asterisk," and went on a rant about how awful my taste was, and how amazing his was and that he should educate me. But at the same time, he kept hitting on me. Like I was supposed to be impressed that he was shitting all over everything I liked and basically acting like some kind of real-life Sunari asterisk 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 asterisk. It was so off-putting. Wouldn't it be considered negging? Also, does negging actually ever work? I've heard it advertised in cheap pervert playbooks and encyclopedia for creeps as some special trick for alpha dudes to get any girl, but like, how the beep does that seem like a good idea ever? No sense of humor. You hate the majority of Reddit. Reddit has a sense of humor. Once it has exhausted every possibility of taking offense. Arrogance, irresponsibility and a lack of hygiene. They take themselves way too seriously. They think hating on everything makes them edgy or something. Yeah, I hate that one too. They're also the type of person to put something down before even trying it. I don't have to try it to know it's stupid. Well, you've already decided you don't like it because you're certainly not going to admit you were wrong in your preconceived opinion. Narcissism. It makes me want to slap the narcissist and then everyone who encourages it. I don't mind narcissism per se. As a therapist, I've met many warm, kind, and funny narcissists. The hostile ones who are entitled and manipulative and consider themselves victims of their surroundings are the ones that annoy the beep out of me. My mother gives the warm, kind, funny vibes in front of other people. I thought therapists would be able to see right through it. Rudeness, smugness and most of all, ignorant people who won't listen to the other side. When you realize that they only care about themselves and not other people. I was with a guy once that was on the whole shy, sweet and modest. One day we were walking through the city and passed a homeless man with a cup for coins. This sweet guy opened his mouth and all this awful far-right beep came out. Homeless people are societal cancer. Why can't I just walk down the street without being harassed, etc.? He decided then and there that it was over. Told him that was really big talk from someone whose mother still changes his sheets and gives him money to socialize. People who have no empathy for those less fortunate really rub me up the wrong way. Maybe this is a more common issue because I'm still a young adult, but people that feel the need to be overly edgy. All their jokes need to be as offensive as possible, Satan this, Satan that, etc. Don't get me wrong, a good dark humor joke or using taboo isn't a bad thing. But there's diminishing returns when beep you can't say I'm public is the norm. Where do you even go from there? There's no shock value when it becomes an expected response. Lack of curiosity. Why do you think that? mean to animals and people as customer service, a lack of basic common courtesy, selfish, careless driving, talking over people in conversations, not respecting people's personal space, being disruptive in public places, being rude to strangers and service workers. Basically, I feel like the little things a person does like this says a lot more than the big stuff. Lots of people will act like very nice people when they realize everyone's watching. So I tend to look for how people act in these small, day-to-day decisions because it says a lot more about who they really are. I have seen a lot of people that will say the right things, or donate some money to a charity, or post kind things on social media, but then you hang out with them, and they cut people off in traffic while they talk on their phone, and they snap their fingers in the bartender's face to get their attention, and they point out people who look different and make fun of them. Those are the people you really have to look out for. And yes, I would say that's one of the most important things to look for when you're dating someone, or considering dating someone. Especially since if they like you, they're going to pretend they're much better than that. They won't treat you like that, at least not right away. But they'll get tired of the charade after a while, and you'll soon find yourself on the other side of their mistreatment. Complainers. Especially those that are always the victim and stirring up drama. I immediately separate myself from negative people. When someone is rude to waiters and stuff, I really hate it when my date talks down on my toaster. True, but don't let them get too friendly, either. My toaster stole my last girlfriend. Cigarettes. Exactly. I used to be against smoking because I thought it was a waste of money, dangerous, etc. As I got older I got less judgmental and realized people should be allowed to do what they want. But even the most respectful never smokes near me or in homes or cars and always throws their butts away. Smoker always smells absolutely disgusting to me. I've dated one smoker in my adult years and it was wretched. Didn't matter if she used perfume and brushed her teeth after, I could still smell it, and especially in her hair. I would sometimes literally gag after kissing her. I joked to my wife about a lot of things, but one time I jokingly asked what she would do if I picked up the habit one day. She said she would never kiss me again, even if I stopped. Since I've been around cigarettes my entire life, I'm kinda numb to the smell, but I have gotten better at picking it out since her and I got married last year. A mirror. Username checks out. Not loving my cat George. I for one think George is fabulous. So there was this woman I knew back in the day. I'd been around her for 3 years at that point, had gotten turned down early in our friendship, but we kept hanging out and I always carried the torch and would have loved for her to change her mind. So one time she was driving us for a night out and she pulls into the parking lot right in front of the place downtown we were going, a very tiny lot that never has a spot open. I'm surprised about even bothering to try instead of parking in a deck a block away, but maybe she'd find a spot. As expected, the lot was full, except a singular remaining handicap spot, and she just parks on in it. She opens the glove compartment, grabs what I find out was her uncle's handicap placard and hangs it and just gets out of the car. So that was how I no longer felt sad about being turned down by a big crush of mine back in the day. If they take their shirt off during parties and start fist-pumping someone who is clearly looking to gossip from the moment you meet them. It seems like in every movie you get the person who moves to the small town, new school, new job, and they meet the person who is clearly going to be their sassy best friend, and they walk them around and give them all the lowdown on the sly about everyone around them. We are always supposed to see that as some kind of a camaraderie building scene, but if I were the lead in that movie, I would know to stay away from that person. The instant someone else new comes to town, you're going to be the one they're dishing all the info about. Public video chatters or public FaceTiming. Even the speaker phone conversations. Parasites. The one-upper. The person who feels like it's their duty to one-up you on everything you say. They slept even less. They had a worse headache. They had to wait longer or had to pay more. Whatever. They aren't really listening to what you have to say. They just can't wait to tell you how much more their experience was. Being hateful towards cashiers or waiters, waitresses, or people of that nature. Not putting the shopping cart back where it goes and instead leaving it to block a parking spot. Ah, I see you know the secret test as well. Seriously great test of character for any occasion. When they're rude to animals, it doesn't even have to be abuse. people with bad tempers, that blow up over any little issue and use intimidation to control the situation. Not liking animals, cigarettes, and the dislike of mac and amp cheese. Beep you if you don't like the golden noodles. You don't deserve my affection. Racism. And the Dutch. Arguing in bad faith. If the person smokes cigarette or weed in excess. Lack of sense of humor. Narrow-minded or overly judgmental. Someone putting on a facade. I'm very good at picking this up and it is super frustrating. Stop overreacting and trying too hard. Just be yourself. Be yourself. NGT. Be yourself. Following your advice, I beat myself. I even beat my pants in my bed. Now the bees are everywhere and I see no